His rhythm was so smooth, and his feints, he'd be feinting you as the pad man, and it was still hard to time and catch his shots, even though you're the one calling them.
This is Jonathan Lagoff here for Pro Boxing Fans, joined by trainer Julian Chua here in New York. How are you finding New York, first of all? You're from the West Coast, obviously.
Yeah, everything is good. You want me to hold it? Or?
Nah, I've got it.
Okay, no, it's great, man. I mean, I've been here many times. I've had many guys fight here at Barclays Center, so it's not new, but I love coming to New York. It's, it's just a different feel here, and if you've never been, you should definitely come.
Talk to us about Scrappy Ramirez, who's on the card this Saturday. Tell us about, for maybe the UK fans who aren't too familiar, tell us a bit about him, and maybe he could fight some of the UK guys as well.
Yeah, Scrappy's he's an extremely talented, hardworking kid. He's also he's very confident, and he doesn't mind expressing it, which is something I admire about him. You know, myself personally, I'm not like that. I can't be like, oh, I'm the, you know what I mean? But he speaks it into existence. But it's all backed up by hard work, and he started 7 years ago, and I know he's not happy with where he is right now. He's not happy, but he's not where he wants to be, and I know he can go so much further as well. But it's just, it's a beautiful thing, you know, truly, to see from 7 years ago to world title stage, you know, and he's a representation of hard work, belief in yourself, and the right team. You can do anything in this world.
I've just spoken to Zurdo Ramirez just there, and I was asking about coming to the UK to fight one of our guys, Chris Billam-Smith. How aware are you of the UK cruiserweights?
Oh, I'm very aware. I'm aware of him, Chef Clark, a lot of these cruiserweights at even Lawrence Okolie. I'm not sure if he's still campaigning at cruiser.
Yeah, he's fighting for the Bridgerweight title.
Bridgerweight, that's right. That's why yeah. But anyway, no, I mean, I'd love to go to the UK. I've never been there, and I've been all over the world, but not UK. And UK fans are awesome, you know. Whenever, I remember I was a boy when Pacquiao fought Hatton, and I was like, man, that crowd is amazing, you know. So I'd love to, even if we were the opposite side, I would not mind going over there at all, and just to see what it's like. It seems like an amazing spot, amazing place.
And let's talk about Deontay Wilder. Obviously, Malik and Deontay were in London earlier this week to announce the fight with Zhang. Obviously, not the performance he would have wanted against Joseph Parker. Tell me what you see from Deontay going into this big fight with Zhang.
I think his mentality is just, it's a lot fiercer right now. I think that, I don't know if, myself included, and everybody, I think, in the boxing world kind of overlooked the Joseph Parker fight, Deontay should do, whatever he does, and Joseph Parker is a dog, he's a never give up type of fighter, very technically sound, and I think he's with Andy Lee, right? Yeah. And he's doing a tremendous job with him, and he fought the right game plan, to just be really aggressive with Wilder, and I think Wilder just had he wasn't where he is right now. I think mentally right now he's in a different place, and that makes or breaks the fight, where the fighter is mentally at the time.
And has he been sparring? Is he looking different in sparring heading into the Zhang fight?
I haven't really been around for that. I don't have any ties to Wilder or train him or anything like that. But I just I see him in the gym. I only see them when they do their mid work and stuff. But he definitely has a sense of vengeance in his heart, I feel.
And if he does win, how big do you think that Anthony Joshua fight could be again?
Oh man, it'll be a huge fight again, because Joshua's doing his thing. I'm real happy for Ben Davidson. He's doing very well. So and I'm glad he got Joshua, because that's a very good hookup. I've spent some time with Ben. When I was at Wildcard, he came for the Wilder fight, and that's where I got to know him. And I'm just happy for him, and that's a great pairing. But sorry, to answer your question again, that that is a huge fight again, especially if he knocks him out. You know, if he knocks out Zhang, he looks like the Wilder of old, and Anthony looks like the Anthony of new. I think you got the heat again.
Yeah, and Tyson Fury, Oleksandr Usyk coming up. How do you think that's going to play out? And when Ben was over in LA, did you see Fury sparring for the fight and stuff?
Yeah, I saw him spar Lawrence Okolie. I saw him boxing quite a bit, and he's a super. Actually, I held mitts for him a little bit, and you know, it was like I was very. Like, it felt like an honor because he liked it, you know, and I have to say, like, it was very interesting because even though I'm the one holding the pads, calling the jabs, calling the right hands, his rhythm was so smooth, and his feints, he'd be feinting you as the pad man, and it was still hard to time and catch his shots even though you're the one calling them. And I was just thinking, man, if this was a real fight, like, how difficult it would be to catch on to his timing, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was cool to be around them for that. But Tyson Fury versus Usyk, I think Usyk. I think Usyk is just. I mean, the last southpaw that Tyson Fury fought was out of wall in. He cut him, and he did a good job with Tyson Fury. And I think that Oleksandr Usyk is on a whole nother level when it comes to talent and skill than Wu Wallin.
And then, you know, Ben Davison's spoken about a third fight with Usyk for Joshua, and he feels that he could find a way for Joshua to win the fight. Would you agree, or do you think maybe just styles make fights in that instance?
I think he's very clever. I think that he's going to have a lot of information for the from the first two fights to create a better game plan than what was done in the previous two. But I still favor Usyk just because he's just a guy who can adapt to any situation, and he's just extremely clever. You know, I think Usyk is the best right now.
Final question: we've got a big fight on June 1st as well. Artur Beterbiev against Dmitry Bivol. How do you think that's going to play out?
My heart is with Bivol. He's a friend of mine. I've known him for a very long time, even when we fought him with Zurdo. But my brain leans toward Beterbiev. I think he's gonna have a hard time finding Bivol in the beginning, but toward the later rounds, it's gonna get dark.
Interesting. Well, Julian, appreciate your time. Yeah. I enjoy the honesty. Even though you're friends with people, you're not afraid to say who you think's going to win.
Yeah. I mean,
even if
I have nothing personal against any of these guys. I actually have a funny story just to tap off. Devin Haney. I remember I walked into Wildcard one day. A couple weeks before that, Eli Sekback, he did an interview with me when Devin was going to fight Loma, and I picked Loma. And it's funny because I was like, nobody, I never thought like Devin would watch that, you know. So walked in a wild card, he stared at me when I came in. I never met him like in person. He looks at me, he's like, walks straight up to me. He's like, hey. I'm like, what's up? And he's like, I see you picked Loma against me this time because I picked him against Kambosos. Right. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I'm gonna prove you wrong. And I'm like, I mean, I hope you do, I guess, you know. And he did. So I mean.
And who you got for this fight?
Devin, too versatile. I fought him already with Regis. I was with Regis when he fought him. It's not as easy as cut him off, beat him down, blah, blah, blah. He's ready for that. You know, everyone's game plan is rough him up, do this, that. But Devin's shifty. He's smart, and he keeps his distance perfectly. It's going to be very hard for Garcia, in my opinion, to find a way to beat Devin.
Julian, appreciate your time, and I'll speak to you soon. Thanks.